rarely stay contained once more countries get involved. When attacks reach nations...
Some of the things, they might be technical.
We're charging you.
Israel has conducted operations in targeting Iranian military.
They have little influence over who gets nominated as mayoral candidates.
And in that show, he called some of the MPs, in fact, not even some, he called and referred to the MPs as crooks. Hello and welcome to What If cAfrica. I'm your host, Busisiwe, and this is the show that breaks down complex topics and connects them to our everyday life. So today's topic might seem simple at first, but once you understand it, you will never look at trucks the same way again. Have you ever heard that loud psh sound when the truck stops? So have you wondered why the truck makes that sound and why the truck doesn't use the same brakes as cars? Today we are asking, the question, why do trucks need air brakes and how do they work? But I'm not having this conversation alone. I am joined by my beautiful co-host Nothando from Bring It On cAfrica. Hello Nothando and welcome to What If cAfrica.
Thank you so much, Busi, for having me here. It's such a wonderful experience so far, and I'm really excited to be tapping into this topic. And I feel like this is actually one of those topics that, people see every day, but never really think about, in a sense. Because, let's be honest, most people just assume that brakes are brakes. And, when it comes to trucks, it's different, it's a complete different story. It's a whole new world, basically. Yeah,
true. And I'm so excited to actually unpack this, right? But let's start simple, right?
Yeah.
Air brakes are a system that is used in heavy vehicles, things like trucks, buses, and trailers. Instead of using brake fluid like normal cars, they use compressed air to actually stop the vehicle.
Wait. I don't think I'm hearing you well. So you're literally telling me that the trucks are stopped by basically using air, in a sense. I feel like that sounds risky in a way.
It definitely sounds risky, but it is actually safer. And this is the reason why. Normal cars, brakes rely on liquid, right?
Yeah.
But if that liquid leaks or if, the liquid runs out, right, the truck may actually lose braking power, right? But with air brakes, the system constantly generates air through the moving vehicle, right?
Yeah.
It stores this air in tanks, and even if there's a small leak or the system collapses, the brakes will still work. If the air system fails completely, right?
Yeah.
The truck may automatically stop, and that's what makes it safer.
Okay, this is really informative, but so if something goes wrong, the truck actually stops itself. Is that what you're saying to me?
Exactly. And that's what we call a fail to safe system.
Oh.
Now, let's break it down step by step. Here's how these brakes actually work, right? Firstly, the truck has a compressor. This compressor is powered by the engine and it builds air, right? Continuously within the tanks. And then after that, that air is stored in the large tanks. And these tanks hold enough air for multiple brake uses. After that, when the driver presses the brake pedals, the air is released into the brake, chambers, right? And then the air pressure, it basically, rushes a rod, which forces the brake pads against the wheel, right? And that creates friction. And when that friction is created, the truck then slows down. When the driver releases the pedal, the air is then released and the wheels move freely again. And the cycle continues and continues like that.
That's really some interesting information that you've just laid down. I think you've just broken it down so easily and anybody could understand what actually happens, because I was just thinking air and trucks, you see, and how that even works, but you've broken it down so easily in a sense. And like I'm saying, it makes sense, Yes. And so instead of it pushing liquids, so the trucks basically is pushing air pressure so that it stops in a sense, you know?
Yeah, and you know, this brings us to another big question, you know, why don't these trucks use liquid?
I mean, true, like why complicate things, you know?
Here's why. Because trucks are extremely heavy. I mean, trucks can weigh something between 30 to like 40 tons. And, you know, hydraulic brakes simply cannot handle that level of force consistently, right? Air brakes are more powerful, firstly. They are more reliable, secondly. And, you know, they are better for long distance and heavier loads as well.
So what you're saying is that air brakes are built for like serious work, you know, in a sense. Now, I want to challenge you here, Busi, you know?
Yeah.
So if air brakes are so good, you know, why don't cars use them?
Sure, that's a very good question,
Yeah.
right? And there's several reasons for that, you know. Firstly, because, you know, the air brake system is very large, right? And they require tanks and compressors, which a normal car wouldn't really fit that in. And they are also very expensive and complex. So for a small car, it's very unnecessary.
Okay, I now understand and get what you're trying to say, basically like the context of everything. So it's basically like using a truck engine in a bicycle in a way.
Exactly.
It's just too big, you know?
Exactly. So here's where things get a little bit serious, right? Air brakes are very powerful, you know, but they also require skill. And that's why truck drivers need special licenses in order to operate trucks.
I mean, because if you don't understand the system, you could probably misuse it, you know? Then accidents occur and a lot of things happen, you know?
Yes, especially when like driving downhill, you know, managing brake pressures, as well as, you know, preventing, you know, a brake fade. So right now, I want us to actually pause our conversation, right? Before we continue, I would like for us to take a quick break. Please let us know in the comments, did you know this about, you know, air brakes that are used in trucks? And did you have any kind of knowledge as to the special licenses as well? Are you a truck driver? Do you think that works better for trucks, or it should also be incorporated in cars? We are really interested in hearing from you. Please remember to head on over to our website at www.cAfrica.tv and open up a world to more of this kind of content that keeps you informed, that keeps you educated, and that keeps you entertained. And you can purchase our cAfrica TV stick on our website for just $999, once off, no subscriptions, unlimited access to 4K quality content, and enjoy. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we break down this conversation further. And we are still seated with Unotando. Let's take a break and we'll return.
3, 2, 1. We have liftoff.
From sports to spirit, documentaries to dance, the cAfrica stick brings every story to your screen. Hundreds of channels, one device, no limits, just pure streaming freedom. Plug it in, power it up, play what moves you. Now available for you to purchase. Order now from www.cAfrica.tv.
Do you think Africa is investing enough in transport safety? You know,
for me personally, not enough. You know, there's still room for, you know, better drivers, and driving training, as well as road safety awareness, and, you know, vehicle maintenance as well is a crucial part when it comes to that. Hello and welcome back to What If cAfrica, where we break down complex questions and simplify them for our viewers. Today, we are breaking down why do trucks need air brakes and why this is so important. But I'm not having this conversation alone. I am sitting alongside Notando, who is having this conversation together with me, right? So I want us to bring it back to our daily lives, right?
Yeah.
So thousands of trucks transport goods, fuel, and food, you know, across Africa.
I mean, that just means that without air brakes, basically, logistics would collapse in a way. Yeah.
Exactly, right? Air brakes are not just engineering. They are part of, economic survival as well.
So now, Busi, here's my question. Do you think Africa is investing enough in transport safety?
For me personally, not enough. There's still room for, better drivers and driving training, as well as road safety awareness, and, vehicle maintenance as well is a crucial part when it comes to that.
I mean, because when you look at all of this, one failed brake system can affect many lives, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of accidents could happen on the roads if things are not managed well,
And that's true, Notando, that's something that we've learned today, that something as simple as a truck brake, it's actually a complex system, right? That is designed for safety, for power and reliability. And that's what I have to say regarding that.
So now, the next time you hear a psh sound, I feel like you'll know exactly what is happening, especially to our viewers at home. I think you'll understand better because we've broken it down so well.
Yeah, no, definitely. We have broken it down so well, and we've brought an understanding, to why these air brakes actually matter in trucks. Thank you, Notando, for joining me and having this discussion with me. It was an absolute pleasure to sit with you and have this conversation.
Thank you so much. This was so informative. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you to my viewers for watching What If cAfrica. And if you have enjoyed this episode and want to unlock a world of more, you can easily visit our website www.cAfrica.tv to be able to turn any smart TV into a world of African content that includes African TV, African movies, as well as live TV and sports, and many more. Just purchase our cAfrica TV stick for $999 once off, no subscriptions, and unlimited access to this world of content. But also let us know what your thoughts were on this episode. And this is how we wrap up today's show. I'm your host, Busisiwe, together with Notando. Thank you so much for watching What If cAfrica. Until next time, stay safe and stay informed.